Got a game on the early access for the Tides of Torment DLC between myself and Catholic Alcoholic. I'm repping Norska. This is the first game I played. I wanted to play with the Bear Man. Bear Man! Love the Bear Man. He is on the Dark Elves on the other side. Don't know what exactly changed about them. They did get some buffs for Cold and Dread Knights, I suppose. All right, for my army, I took a lot of the new stuff. So you have Kurgan Horsemen with great weapons to pierce through the armor of those Cold One Knights. A couple Marauder Hunter Javelins to punish any big monsters that exist. A couple Skin Wolves. Beorg Bear Struck on the flanks to support our Skin Wolves and just be a nuisance. Then a front line of Marauder Bearmen, Marauders, and then the new Arwar Worshippers of the Crow. Just great weapons of Nurgle. In the sky, I have a Chimera. Terror, sort of duelist, sort of crowd clearing, breath attack monstrosity. And then I have Sayl the Faithless. And I did bring Enfeebling Foe and Chain Lightning for his spells with his Scaling's Teeth and Nightmaw abilities. And Backstabbing Sorcery. I was just going to see how much damage it does to stuff. Aside for the Dark Elves, 2 Scourge Runner Chariots, a front line of Bleak Swords backed up by Witch Elves, a couple Dark Riders, Cold One Dread Knights, Cold One Knights, and 3 Dark Shards. Bring Sorceress of Fire up in the sky with Burning Head. So we're moving up on the flanks. I send Beorg in all on his own because I'm not worried about him taking damage at all. And I just wanted to break the Dark Riders. I have his mobile support waiting because I wanted to hit after he does and he gets them all clumped up. Meanwhile, Skin Wolves take a fight with the Cold One Knights. I was trying to get a flank set up, but then my Kurgan Horsemen got distracted because they accidentally touched Bleak Swords. It's a bit of a whoopsie. I start getting them moving again to rear charge the Skin Wolves, and we also have a Chimera flying in. So we are going to try and turn this around. Nice rear charge in from the Kurgan Horsemen and a breath attack over the top. We should get the damage down we need. But just in case, I do throw down an Enfeebling Foe to make sure those Cold One Knights lose. Frontline fight. The Marauder Bearmen are not doing amazing. They are currently losing to the Bleak Swords. Bleak Swords have a bit of arrow support possibly, and Murderous Prowess hasn't procced yet, so yes, the Marauder Bearmen are not doing fantastically, unfortunately. Skin Wolves and Kurgan Horsemen again helping me this time deal with Dark Riders and Witch Elves. Witch Brew is popped and Murderous Prowess is popped, so my mobile forces are going to be in a bit of trouble. On the other side, that Chimera and the Kurgan Horsemen are teaming up on the Supreme Sorceress of Fire. I've gotten her down to half HP already. She is a Dragon Lord, so a little scary, but not the best combatant compared to like Imric or anything. She is a hybrid caster. Meanwhile, Sayl is just disrupting these Dark Shards and trying to stop them from shooting for a bit. Did get a Chain Lightning out, got a little bit of damage on something. Looks like Dark Shards over there, and then it ran off into the distance. Skin Wolf still fighting next to Beorg. Beorg is like full HP, grinding through Witch Elves and whatnot. And over there we have another Enfeebling Foe cast on the Supreme Sorceress, who's having a really hard time getting away from the Chimera, but some Cold One Knights valiantly sacrificed themselves to save her. Meanwhile, Bleak Swords got onto my backline along with Scourge Runner Chariots, as the Marauder Bearmen failed me horribly. Worshippers of the Crow also had a hard time, but yeah, these Marauder Bearmen really struggling against the Bleak Swords. Bleak Swords outperforming them in value. Some people were saying the Marauder Bearmen were going to be really good. I was underwhelmed by their stats in the lobby, but thought I'd give them a try. I think they're just. I did say in that video about Norska's roster that they're like Ungors upgraded to Gors. I stand by that. I think they're just slightly better Marauders, but that doesn't mean they're amazing. The Dark Elf Supreme Sorceress is trying to snipe out Sayl right now, getting a ton of damage out on him. The Chimera is also getting a lot of damage onto the Dragon in turn. There are Cold One Dread Knights everywhere. The Faithless is going to have to run away. Chimera cannot keep her on the ground, so she does get to safety. And Dark Shards and Scourge Runner Chariots are now going to pincushion my poor Chimera. Beorg is still full HP over there, just grinding through nonsense. Scourge Runner Chariots are going to try and walk off the Faithless. He does rally, but then I realize he's going to get shot a bunch, so I try and turn. And I wanted to use the little Twin Fangs thing on the Scourge Runner Chariots, but I forgot it has such a long cast time that then I get routed in the meantime. Oopsies. Balance of Power is getting a little risky for us. We are down to less than half. Beorg is full HP. Chimera is getting lower as it's sitting in Cold One Dread Knights. Sayl crazy low, and then I have a bunch of Marauders trying to return to the fight. Ah, you tried to cast something. Backstabbing sorcery is actually doing pretty good damage. It's done about 100 damage. It's gonna do about 200 damage per cast, which is kind of nutty. And Sayl does manage to come back. The Chimera is insanely tanky in melee, apparently. Okay, so backstabbing sorcery on a Dragon Lord did about 200 damage. Though it's not percentage based, is it? So it should always do about 200 damage. Interesting. Well, with that damage, she routes off. Sayl's doing his best to juke and dodge, get away from the Scourger and Chariots as Skin Wolves come in. The Chimera is still just grinding through. And, oh, Beorg! Beorg with his war cry gives it up to 64 melee defense as he gets nearby. So Beorg's going to start buffing up the Chimera every so often whenever he happens to get a charge onto something, which is huge. Sayl's doing his best to dodge. I get him behind a rock. He's just trying to stay alive as the Skin Wolves close in on the Scourger and Chariots. We take the lead on the Balance of Power as 0 leadership on the Dark Elf Sorceress. Zero leadership. The backstabbing sorcery of Sayl is actually going to rout her off the map. It looks like enfeebling foe down on the Scourge Runner Chariots just because I could. Sayl is running around now. He's going to charge the Scourge Runner Chariots. I'm trying to dodge on the way in as we have Skin Wolves coming in from behind and we have Javelin throwers in the distance. I'm like, I can't juke this forever. Just got to get some kind of fight out as the Skin Wolves try and chase the Scourge Runner Chariots. Meanwhile, in the background, Beorg still going absolutely nuts. Dark Elf Sorceress goes off the map, leading to a bunch of Dark Elves that are soon to rout. Looks like some Bleak Swords are going to get going. Scourge Runner Chariots are going to get going. Other Scourge Runners come for Sayl, but the balance of power is heavily in my favor at this point as the Chimera and Beorg are still going nuts. Go, Beorg, go! The roll of battle is fully charged, so he's up to a permanent 69 melee defense. And there we go. That's a Norska win. Backstabbing sorcery coming in clutch. Sayl technically didn't die. Good value paid for himself. Beorg didn't get a ton of value himself, but just constantly disrupting some dark shards in the back and being a nuisance was very nice. Marauders did all right. You can see the Marauder Bearmen did do better than the basic Marauders, but you're also paying more for them, so still not exactly gonna break through a front line very quickly, I guess. They're just around. I haven't played a ton with them yet, but I am a little underwhelmed with the Bearmen. I don't think I'll be taking them in my Norska builds, but you can be the judge of that. Marauder Hunters got run down by Chariots and Bleak Swords and stuff. Kurgan Horsemen, one of them got a good fight and got a lot of value. The other one got stuck on some Dark Riders and then died. Skin Wolves did okay. Chimera did fantastically. The other side for the Dark Elves, their Lord did fine. Their Bleak Swords, the ones that fought the Bearmen, got a lot of value. 500 apiece for those guys. Witch Elves also did pretty well. Dark Shards did okay. Dark Riders, Cold Knights just had to block. Cold Dread Knights did okay. Scourge Runners did fine. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes.